Hey guys, Matt Fisher here with a brand new video for you. So I want to talk about rep schemes in regards to whether you're trying to build strength, muscular size, muscular endurance, or you're doing weight training for fat loss. And yes, you can use resistance training for fat loss. You gotta be a little creative though. Okay, so the first thing, if you want to build strength, you want to keep your reps low and your rest periods high. We're talking 1 to 3 reps. Some people go 1 to 5. But your rest periods are going to be a little bit longer, usually about 3 to 5 minutes. And that's how you build strength. Yes, doing it low reps, you will build some size, but that's mostly strength training. Then we talk about muscular size or hypertrophy. We're talking more in the 5 to 12 range. And your rest periods can be, a minute, minute and a half, something like that. So, and yes, you will get stronger that way, but that is how you build more size. Bodybuilders are training in that range more. When we go over 12, so we're talking 13, 15 to 20 or so, that's really going to build muscular endurance. And for weightlifters, a lot of people don't want that. However, for athletes, depending upon the sport you're playing, that may be what you want. Wrestlers, for example, or mixed martial arts fighters who are in the kind of competition where you're not going to grab a guy once and win, you're wrestling for minutes at a time. The muscular endurance is very important. So a lot of those guys train in the higher rep ranges. Now, using the rep ranges for fat loss. This is a technique that was taught to me by a personal trainer, Nick Nielsen. He has a bunch of books on subject. I'll probably make a separate video for this. But basically, you take your reps super high. We're talking minimum 20. But if you can go 30, 40, so obviously using very light weights for this, and you pump out that set, then you only rest about 15 seconds. So you're keeping your rest periods very low, and then you're pumping out another set. Keeping rest periods really low, then pumping out another set. And you do that, and then you move on to another muscle group. So there's very little rest time in between, and you're keeping your rep ranges really high, so you're forcing the body to do use lots of energy. And that's how you get in the fat loss. So again, if you want strength, you keep your reps low, and your rest time high. Just a point here. If you're trying to max out, understand we're at the most risk of injury. So I wouldn't jump into something where you're just trying a 1 rep max. I usually, 3 is about the lowest I'll go. And I've never had a serious injury weightlifting. But if you look at some of the power lifters, when they're trying to exert their body to their maximum, bad things can happen. So with the low rep rangers, keep that in mind. Okay, so for hypertrophy or size, keep it 5 to 12 or so. And for muscular endurance, 12 or more. And for fat loss, we're talking 20 or more. If you want a blend where you're doing a bunch of these things, well, that's where we pyramid. Now, a lot of people will do their first set is really light. They can do 15 or so, add a little bit of weight. Their next set, they can do 10, add a little bit of weight. Their next set, they can do 6 or 5, add a little weight. Their next set, they can do 2. Or reverse pyramid, where your first set you can only do about 3, take some weight off. Next set, you're up to 7 or 8, take some weight off. Next set, you're up to about 11 or 12, take some weight off. And next set, you're doing 15 or 20. So feel free to experiment with this, depending on what your goals are, strength, size, endurance, or pyramiding, and get all 3 to a blend. Have fun with it. Take care, guys.